Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I'm going to be completely honest. This was not a good episode at all. It was drawn out. I just this really seemed like it was a filler episode, and it's unfortunate because for the most part, Days has been on fire. And don't get me wrong, because it's been doing so well. It's been doing so well that I can let it slide. I'm not totally penalizing it for just being whatever the hell it was supposed to be. But I don't know. You got Kristen and Ralph, and it's like Kristen is drawing out her reason of why she didn't destroy the plant. Ralph pretty much kind of figures out that she's not going to let those three die, but there's some sort of end game that she wants. So throughout this episode, we pretty much just kind of play a guessing game. He literally isn't there guessing why you didn't destroy it, what it is that you possibly want. And of course, this is after him coming in, this is after him whining for a little bit about, oh, the police raided my place, and, I don't want to sit there and go to jail for this because this is not my fault, and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, you got Brady and Chloe in bed. Chloe wants to break up because she doesn't want Brady to, become more strained with Rachel because of what Kristen did as far as the letter. Rachel can't stand Chloe, okay? And she figured it's better for her, it's better if she takes herself out the equation and think about Rachel's happiness. But Brady's like, no, if we do that, we'll let Kristen win. But in reality, this is one of those things where it sucks because I get he doesn't want to let Kristen win, but at the end of the day, this isn't really about Kristen. This is about Rachel. Yeah, Kristen put that in place. She definitely set that in motion. But, at the end of the day, it should be about her happiness. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay? Because I understand where he's coming from. It doesn't mean that you let your children dictate your life as far as who you're going out with. But, at the same time, Chloe stepping back for a little bit will help them with their relationship, maybe. I don't know. There's really no good answer because I can see it from both sides. And ultimately, Brady convinces her to stay. That he'll work out his issues with Rachel, and things are gonna be okay. So he goes straight to Kristen, and they go back and forth a little bit. And Brady's like, "Listen, I got time for this. My mother is practically at death's door, and her and her two friends, like, they're not doing so well." And that's when Kristen's like, "What if there's a way that they don't have to die? What if there's a way that their lives can be saved?" And so I'm wondering, well, it's not even so much I'm wondering. I think it's all safe. I think it's safe to assume. No, no, it's not. I'm thinking of these scenarios in my head, and I'm like, Kristen's going to try to either barter with Brady, as far as okay, that's what it is. Yeah, so Kristen is going to probably try to negotiate some sort of joint custody. They do joint custody, or she gets full custody, and they can get the orchid. That's going to be I feel like that's going to be the bargaining chip because I'm like, in reality, winning back Brady, I don't even think that she thinks that that's in the cards. But at least if she has partial or full custody, that's what she's going to go for. Rome wants to marry Kate. And at first, Kate is really hesitant about it. She's like, I don't want to do this on my, my deathbed, literally. He changes her mind. he gets Eric and Rex to sit there and like, be a witness, and since he is technically can still marry people, to marry them, so they get married. And I don't know. I just see. I kind of had a bit of issues about that because Roman married her on, Kate feels like there's times that she feels like she wants to give up, and Rome's like, hey, listen, it's fine, you're gonna be fine. Even when Lucas calls and she hangs up, he's like, hey, listen, you're gonna be there, you're gonna be waiting for him. So if she's going to be alive, like if you keep Cynthia trying to give her this promise of things are gonna be okay and she's gonna make it through this whole thing, she's gonna beat this or whatever, then why are you marrying her? Like, why are you marrying her if she's going to beat this? It's like you're basically sitting there saying, well, before you die, I want us to be husband and wife, but yet you're sitting there encouraging her to live. It's very contradictory. Um. Anyway, they get married. Talk to Lucas over the phone because I don't know what the hell the actor's doing. Same thing with Sammy with Marlena. She's like, oh, I can't be there because of Sydney, and I'm like, you can't be there on your mother's pretty much death's doorbed. Like, I mean, like, she's literally dying, and you're sitting there saying you can't be there because you got to take care of something with Sydney. Like, really? I don't buy it. I really don't. I know the actress, Allison. She probably can't come back for, I don't know, reasons, but still, it just it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Orpheus decides to send Marlena some flowers with a note, um, saying that when the tree, or not, when the flowers or whatever start to wither away, so will you, or something like that. And I was just like, wow. First of all, how did he even actually send that? How did he even send those flowers? And he's in jail. Now, granted, he could have already probably pre-approved it or just send it out at a later date, but it's still just like, what? And I'm not gonna lie, again, it's still just so odd that he got caught so easily. I mean, he literally did this whole master plan. And we just stop and think about it, he did this whole master plan so he can get out. He's been out less than, what, 2 months? And he's already sent there plotting revenge. Okay, whatever. That's all kind of soon, but whatever. And you would sit there and think, because he called himself a criminal mastermind, and yet he got caught so easily. Yeah, things it really doesn't add up. So this whole sending the flowers is just like, why? Why? I almost forgot to sit there and mention Sarah was in this episode, even though she didn't really do too much of, well, anything. Um I mean, it seemed like Rex and Sarah had a nice conversation, and Rex apologized for what he did, but he was grateful for the time he had with her. So I guess it was nice seeing how he cheated on her and a bunch of other stuff that happened way before I started watching it. But other than that, it was just, eh. Uh, no, so, I feel like that's about it. I feel like that's about it. I mean, like I said, Chris didn't do too much of anything except for have Rolf guess her end game, which she didn't sit there and say to him, and except for towards the end. And I'm not gonna lie, when I watched it, when Brady came in there, and she was like, "Well, they don't have to die. What if there's a way to save them?" And then it went to, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, it's gonna go commercial. She's gonna sit there and start to barter, and we're gonna find out her plan. And then it just ends, and I'm like, wait, what? What? That was, like I said, I'm not gonna penalize them too much because Days has been on fire. I feel like Friday's episode is going to be really good, and also I'm glad that Days is on Peacock because today would have definitely been a news. It definitely would have been interrupted. GH got interrupted. I'm pretty sure Days would got interrupted. I don't know how long this whole news conference was, but I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be too surprised if I go to try to watch B&B and there's a rerun of that. Which in reality, again, you can just kind of skip this. You can just skip this episode, really, unless you really love the characters. You really want to see how it works. But other than that, you can just skip it down. I feel like tomorrow's going to be a much better episode. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's pretty much about it. So I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.